Hi, Frank Murphy here from Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life at Titanic Museum Attraction in Pigeon Forge on a very special day when some life jackets were unveiled. It's the largest collection of Titanic life jackets that's ever been assembled since the sailing of the Titanic back in 1912. There are 6 of those life jackets behind me, some from those who perished and at least 2 from known passengers. One of those known passengers, Madeline Astor, married to the richest passenger on board, John Jacob Astor, and we have a relative of Madeline right here, who lives in Memphis, Tennessee nowadays. Vincent Astor, welcome to Mountain Fun Life.
Thank you very much.
Now, tell us a little bit about how you are here in East Tennessee today instead of West Tennessee where you're at home.
I was invited by the museum to come here for this event because I am a distant cousin of John Jacob.
Yes.
It goes all the way back to the 18th century where we share a common ancestor. And we were talking about Waldorfs. Where the Waldorfs are from, they keep cropping up, is a hometown in Germany named Waldorf.
Ah, so the name Waldorf, like as in Waldorf Astoria, Astor, Waldorf, they come together, and we hear
Yes.
that hotel.
It's the hometown, and I have visited there.
So you are a historian, you are an educator, you're a volunteer at the PBS station in Memphis, so you're really fascinated by your connection to that life jacket.
Yes, I am. It makes the tragedy very, very real because I know enough about those Astors. I've been hearing these stories since childhood.
Right.
I know enough about those Astors to know that Colonel Jack was happiest in the short time she was married to Madeline. And he had a very up and down life.
And from what we understand is that your relative, Jack, insisted that his beautiful wife, who was pregnant, get on the boat, even though he took on the lifeboat, even though he could not at that time.
That's correct.
It was women and children first.
That's correct. In fact, he did ask, but he was denied because of his wife's pregnancy.
Now, there's a photo of Madeline here, and you said that was when you spoke to the crowd, an inspiration for her character in the Titanic movies and the different portrayals.
Yes, I noticed that because she's in the dining room scene, she's wearing this sort of Greek bands on her hair, and it's all pulled back into a chignon. And it's very similar to that picture.
So yeah, if you're making the movie and you have a picture of the woman, obviously you're going to base your costuming on something she actually wore at some point in her life.
Yes.
Whether she wore it that night or not is irrelevant, but
yes.
I see what you're saying. So tell me about visiting the rest of the Titanic Museum attraction here at Pigeon Forge. I mean, you've had opportunity to see some of the other things in addition to Madeline's life jacket.
Well, I came in through the back door, so
well,
I haven't seen the entire museum. The entire museum. I'm due to see that later, after people quit clamoring for me to tell them how I'm related. But no, and see, I was a volunteer at the Titanic exhibition
in Memphis,
which was part of the Wonders series. All my parents and I all volunteered for that.
And there's a connection to the Mary Kellogg and John Jocelyn, who built this museum. They were involved in that exhibition all those years ago before this museum existed.
That's right. They're telling me that was the very first collection of artifacts. Mm-hmm. In fact, I remember the Starlit Sky was one of the rooms at the exhibit in Memphis.
Okay.
I remember that very well. That's the first time they thought about that.
So since now you'll see some of those artifacts here in Pigeon Forge, probably for the first time since that museum display.
Yes.
Well, Vincent Astor, it's been a pleasure. Welcome to East Tennessee, and enjoy your time here and getting around to see all the great things that we have to offer.
I have enjoyed it so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest.
Excellent. All right. Vincent Astor, a relative of John Jacob Astor, who perished aboard the Titanic, and John Jacob's wife, his surviving wife, is honored here at the museum with that life jacket, which you can see up through December at Titanic Museum attraction. I'm Frank Murphy for Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life.